second. Oh, the Boosie thing. All right. Let's get into this Boosie thing real quick. I know y'all see the title of the stream. So essentially, I don't know if y'all ever saw, there's an old clip, and I want to play it. This is bad, people. This is bad. Boosie. No. T.I. admits cousin. Yeah. So we all heard this.
I have not ever told any kind of information to any form of law enforcement that can get any man, woman, or child, whether innocent or guilty, criminal or citizen, that could get them any time for any crime. Say, look, if it say, sir, did you see such and such, do such and such? Oh, wait a minute. Only time. The only time.
Oh, this nigga was drunk. I could tell. The way he talking, because I don't drink. I told you I mixed my shit, so I'm a little lit too. He was drunk. He talking like he's drunk.
All right, so me and my cousin Toot.
Let's bring it back into perspective. T.I. and his cousin Toot.
My cousin Toot, God rest his soul. We had a little hustle we were running. He had like freight trains and truckloads of Banana Republic and J. Crew, like white folk, like, office clothes. Call them the real police. And so before we actually get on the spreadway, the real police pull us over. They pull us over, I have a gun.
T.I.'s with his cousin Toot. They get pulled over. He has a gun.
So why are we going through the court process?
Obviously, he gets arrested for the gun. He's caught with his cousin. They both get arrested for the gun. Go ahead, Clifford.
My cousin too.
Clifford, if at any time you need to check your pulse, let me instruct you the correct way how to do it. You're going to put these two fingers right here. You're going to monitor the amount of beats you feel. And then you're going to actually, I don't even know how to check the pulse. Hold on. My bad. I was about to cap with y'all. Hold on. How to check your pulse. Why so Woody's a real snitch? I ain't gonna lie to you. That nigga knew how to check his pulse. How to check your pulse. Hold on. Press the first index and the middle finger on your other hand inside your wrist. Okay. Press it. Okay. After you feel your pulse, how do we check the pulse rate? Like, we gotta feel, like, how do we check the real pulse? Like, damn. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we're supposed to take this finger and go like this, and then we check the pulse. But then what happens next? Yo, we gotta talk to YSL Woody. This nigga did a whole physical. Nigga, I don't know how to do that shit. Fuck. All right, bet. Anyway, T.I., before you start talking, brother, check your pulse.
Pass away.
P2.
And so we caught no gun cases. Toot died. And, my lawyer said, well, I can make everything go away if it was Toot, if it was Tramel's. And I had a talk with Toot.
And what Toot said?
Posthumously?
Yeah. After he had passed.
Wait, what the fuck? So him and his cousin caught the gun case. His cousin died. His lawyer says, yo, I could get it to go away, but you got to blame your cousin. Then T.I. says he talked to his cousin while his cousin was dead. Oh, this is that Asian doll shit. Remember when Asian doll said that she talked to King Von while he was dead? Y'all remember that? Remember Asian doll was like, yo, I just talked to King Von. He told me to get back all the old blockchains. You're like, Bitch, what the fuck is you talking about? Did T.I. just said he just talked to the dead people? What?
He had passed. I had to talk with him.
And what to say?
He had passed and I had to talk.
Say, I take all the charges you got. If you can walk away free and put it on me, goddamn right. Because I'd be damned if they gonna come and motherfucking extradite me from here. If they can come get me from here and serve me a warrant, they doing damn good.
So is that what boys giving you shit about because you put it on?
Nah, hell no.
Okay.
Nah. Don't nobody even know about that. I just volunteered. Don't nobody.
This is where T.I. fucked up. So T.I. basically saying that he pinned a case on his dead cousin. Nobody ever knew about this. And he got on a podcast. He had to be drunk. He said, nobody knows about this. I'm just telling y'all this just because. What the fuck is T.I. doing?
I didn't even know about that. I'm just being honest.
I can dig it.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
That's the only time
That you.
I done never said or gave no information about nobody. Because that's my cousin, my big cousin. He was dead, and he told me that it was okay.
Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman.
Ain't no fucking way. So what happened is this went down and told you everybody was looking at Boosie because he spoke about Gangsta Williams. I want to post what he said about Gangsta Williams. So Gangsta Williams, if you don't know, is a disgraced family member of Birdman. Birdman's brother is Gangsta Williams. Birdman's real name is Brian Birdman Williams. His brother name is Gangsta Williams. Gangsta Williams supposedly was a real reputable guy out of Louisiana, but people found out some stuff about him, and some people stopped fucking with him. What is the stuff they found out? They felt like he got out early because he told on somebody who happened to be dead, right? It's been a lot of pressure. Whack 100 been trying to talk about paperwork. Even Birdman himself hasn't really embraced his own brother because of this, right? So Boosie spoke up about this, and why he spoke about it is Boosie's from Louisiana, Birdman's from Louisiana, Gangsta, which is Birdman's brother, from Louisiana, and Boosie spoke about this and said this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Beyonce, to Williams,
Yeah.
who's Birdman's half brother.
Yeah.
Now you know about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when I put the interview out, originally, we did the interview, and I had a contact for Birdman, a guy that had reached out to me and said that Birdman wanted to do an interview, and he was just trying to wait until we were in the same city or whatever else. So when we did the interview, I reached out and said, "Hey, by the way, just giving y'all a heads up that I got an interview with Gangster."
Yeah.
He don't say nothing negative about Birdman, nothing else like that, but just giving y'all a heads up when it comes out. That set off a chain of events of basically me and Birdman got on the phone together.
Okay.
And Birdman was very respectful. He basically said, "Listen, I fuck with you. I respect you. We could do some business later on, but what you got going on with that dude ain't got nothing to do with me. So just basically, whatever y'all got to go over there, that's y'all's business." The interview came out, and there's been a lot of chatter about it. Now, you yourself heard some things and know some things about Gangster.
I don't know no things. I heard some.
You heard some things.
Yeah.
What have you heard?
I heard he was real respected. From me hearing about him and all those songs, I had a special kind of respect for him as me being a
So he basically saying that this guy who's Birdman's half brother, he's saying he had a lot of respect for him. Remember, they're all from Louisiana. He's saying this guy is good, right?
G.
Hot Boys.
Yeah.
The street was that when he came out, Birdman really wasn't messing with him.
So that was a brother. Birdman
And BG had a problem with him as well. And from his point of view, it's because while he was locked up, he got life plus 20. And during the course of
So Birdman's brother got life plus 20.
him doing the bid,
So he was never supposed to get out of jail. But then while doing the bid, he basically got an opportunity to get out of jail by blaming certain things on people who died.
he cooperated on a couple of murders that his friends did who were already dead themselves. And his rationale was, yes, I cooperated, but I'm not putting anyone in prison. These dudes are already passed away. They can't be charged with anything. And I'm doing life plus 20, and this could potentially help me.
Oh, and I also gave him some murders.
This is Birdman's half brother. His name is Terrence. Hold on. Terrence Gangsta Williams, okay?
With Sterling and Dooney. So some of my people that I'm at odds with now, even BG was upset about it too. Cause they was like, man, you know, you tell it on the dead. You know, I didn't look at it like at the time. I was like, well, you know, this is a way I can get up out of prison. You know, I'm not testifying on no one. You know, I'm gonna give them this here. They're gonna cut my time. Cool, you know, but
Birdman didn't see it that way. According to the interview, Birdman said, you know,
So I'm translating. So Birdman says even though his half brother got out of jail by blaming murders on people who are dead, Birdman doesn't fuck with his own half brother. Remember, Boosie is the ultimate gangster, right? Now Vlad is saying, well, Birdman don't fuck with him. What do you think, right?
we all sat down at the table when we made these rules, and you chose to break those rules. I mean, number one, do you think cooperating about someone who's dead, is that considered snitching in your book?
Yeah.
And this is where Boosie basically lays his claim of what he thinks is snitching. He says, even if you're telling someone dead, it's snitching. Remember, we played that T.I. clip, right? Which, by the way, came after this. But T.I. said, yeah, I told my cousin because my cousin told me after death that I could tell on him. Remember, Boosie saying, this is before that, that's snitching.
Of course.
Why is that?
And how you know did he show you paperwork on it?
Well, I had actually looked up some of the things. So some of the stuff that he was saying, you know, was based on.
I wouldn't.
You know, I know there's a lot of people who's going to watch this and they fuck with me so much so they want to hear everything I'm going to say about this. Let me just say this about Boosie. Boosie is one of those people, from my estimation, the reason why he's alive and free is because everybody around him believe that snitching isn't the way. If people around Boosie felt they were going to be good with snitching, Boosie would never be free today. So Boosie inevitably will never and could never fuck with a snitch. You know why? It would be fucking with an entity and fucking with a thing that would have had you incarcerated forever. I don't have to get too deep into that. So if you wonder why Boosie stands on certain principles, it's because the reason why he's free today is because niggas knew not to snitch. Okay?
Wouldn't believe that Vlad that he just did that and all that. Like he's not no what he gonna get for that? Like I don't believe that. And I had a real respect for Gangsta and the stories I heard about him, but you know, that shit leave with me. You know, I have no type of respect for him anymore. You know, what I had for him, that was because of all the stories and all that. But once you go that route, I dismiss you from my legend book and X you out.
Well, let's just say the story is true. So like I said, I haven't seen the actual paperwork. And
You haven't seen the paperwork. He could be telling you that just to be telling you that on fucking camera.
Right.
You know, he about to set up 100 motherfuckers.
Watch Boosie's demeanor.
You know, that's how that shit go, man. You stay solid, nigga. Some of us gonna make it, some of us ain't. That's just how it gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You can take that gangster shit off your name, man. Real shit, man. That shit hurt me when I heard about that shit. You know, cause you know how all them niggas in that city stand up for Gangsta and Angola, man. Them niggas talk highly of this man. You know, they stand on this nigga name. You know, and that shit hurting me to hear that nigga was out of jail and that nigga done got down. Cause them niggas in that city, they stand up behind that nigga. When I say Lee Luke, when I rep Baton Rouge and all my niggas, they gonna come up putting down and stand silent and put in work in the streets, they say gangster. That's one of the good names they say. And that nigga fucked that up with real niggas in the penitentiary. And I say that then I stand on my word about that. That's why I got pissed off because them niggas in that city, they bowed down to that nigga. They speak highly of him and baby them. And that nigga fucked that up for them niggas. Now when the niggas say all niggas' names in BR, they ain't gonna be able to mention him. They gonna mention him with shit in his mouth. Cause
This is why Boosie's special. Boosie the only rap nigga who's still going off street shit. Look at these fucking chains around his neck. This might be $100,000 right here. Boosie's rich as shit. You ever see where he live at? But Boosie still operate off street principle and street codes. Boosie a special one.
the niggas hate rats up there because every rat got them up there. A nigga ain't have to do that, nigga. You laid back forever, nigga.
This is, by the way, this is an old interview before the T.I. shit ever happened.
You straight. You just gotta lay down, nigga, and pray. He trying to be like Keith D.
So basically he's saying he ain't fucking with this dude because this dude snitched. And he snitched. Even if people are saying he snitched on the dead, he still snitched. So now people are looking at Boosie like, well, we got the whole video of T.I. snitching or T.I. admitting that he told on the dead. What do you think? I ain't gonna lie, I thought Boosie was gonna fold. But Boosie went on VladTv, and I played the clip before. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Boosie kept it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I give Boosie the ultimate respect because all these rap niggas, let me tell you what's going on right now. And I could call names, but I ain't gonna call names. Just because I ain't trying to keep beefing with certain niggas, and certain niggas I squash beef with. All these rap niggas don't fuck with Gunna. That's facts. I know this is a fact. They won't ever call his name. They're playing the pussy game. If it was 6ix9ine, it would have been call him out. They don't fuck with Gunna, but they're watching what happens with Thug Case. They all, like, I've talked to everybody, connected with everybody. They're all telling me, nigga, I'm not just sitting up here, but they don't fuck with Gunna. But you know what my next question is? Y'all were mad vocal when 6ix9ine, like, why y'all quiet now? Well, we just trying to, we just fuck with Spider. Nobody calling Young Thug King Slime no more. Everybody call him Spider. Now we fuck with Spider. We. So, just fraud and shit. You know, one of the only people who talks about what's going on, like he don't give a fuck about affiliations or friendships. And you know why most people don't want to diss Gunna? In case Gunna beat these allegations, they don't want to be Gunna's enemy. Half of these niggas who are scared to, by the way, Baby already unfollow him. Like, he ain't, like, Baby not the guy to really stand on shit or speak on shit like that. You've seen a few other people make some moves. But there's mad niggas who used to be mad vocal. They're quiet as hell. You know why? Because if Gunna end up really being lit still, they want to do a song with Gunna. They don't care about snitching. So this whole, like, street shit when it comes to, like, rapping, it's a fraud. It's only a few niggas. And Boosie's one of them. And I know when Boosie did this interview, I knew he probably felt like there was a lot of shit on his shoulder because his audience don't care about Boosie having the hot song at the moment. They care about Boosie being real. They stood with that nigga while he dissed Lil Nas X, my nigga. They stood with him while he dissed and said anything about shit that he could be canceled about. You know what they won't stand with him about? Is if he try to pussyfoot and try to play both sides like these other rappers about niggas who was cooperating. So you know what Boosie had to do? This.
All right, here we go. Boosie, welcome back.
If he did that to get out.
Hold on.
Some interviews back, I brought up Terrence Gangsta Williams.
Yeah.
And we talked about how he cooperated on some of his friends.
How you think, Vlad? Stop making that law. You don't know if he did that to get out of jail.
Okay, fair enough.
We don't know that.
Okay.
Do we? Have you
Fair
saw
enough.
paperwork?
I've seen some paperwork.
I haven't seen paperwork. How do you know that?
There's been a lot of paperwork that's been floating around.
How do you know that?
Okay, well, look. Okay, so, regardless of what happened, exactly, I brought up the situation to you a few interviews ago, and I said, look, Terrence Williams cooperated on some of his dead friends on some murders, and that in turn allowed him to get out earlier.
Oh, and I also gave him some murders with Sterling and Dooney. So some of my people that I'm at odds with now, even BG was upset about it too, because they was like, man, you tell it on the dead. I didn't look at it like at the time. I was like, well, this is a way I can get up out of prison. I'm not testifying on no one. I'm gonna give them this here. They're gonna cut my time. Cool, But
You had an issue with that, right? And you spoke out
Of course.
the way you usually do in these types of situations.
And I had a real respect for Gangsta and the stories I heard about him, but
I played this already, but I'm play it again.
that shit leave with me. I have no type of respect for him anymore. What I had for him, that was because of all the stories and all that. But once you go that route, I dismiss you from my legend book and X you out.
Well, let's just say the story is true. So like I said, I haven't seen the actual paperwork. And
You haven't seen the paperwork.
Let me just say this, man. I don't even gotta agree with Boosie, and I love T.I. Let me tell you this: I love T.I.'s music way more than I love Boosie music. But let me tell you this: both of them individuals built a career on being gangsters. And one thing I've respected Boosie over the years about is that Boosie is he's more of who he says more than what he rapped about to be. And I think y'all understand that.
He could be telling you that just to be telling you that on fucking camera. Right. He about to set up 100 motherfuckers. That's how that shit go, man. You stay solid, nigga. Some of us gonna make it, some of us ain't.
Again, y'all won't. I know y'all won't be like, yo, act stop dick sucking us. Another reason why I respect Boosie, bro. Boosie the nigga who'd be like, oh, nobody came to my movie. Oh, yo, why don't Drake tweet out my album or whatever the case is? At the end of the day, T.I. is just a bigger artist than Boosie. You think it's not going to help Boosie to do a joint album with T.I.? You got to respect a nigga who, when it could help him, he still says, nah, fuck that. This ain't right. You got to respect a nigga like this. Him doing a tape with T.I. helps him. But he still turned it down. That's respectable if you ask me.
That's just how it gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You can take that gangster shit off your name, man. Real shit, man. That shit hurt me when I heard about that shit. Cause how all them niggas in that city stand up for gangsta in Angola, man. Them niggas talk highly of this man. They stand on this nigga name. And that shit hurted me to hear that nigga was out of jail and that nigga done got down. Cause them niggas in that city, they stand up behind that nigga. When I say Lee Luke, when I rep Baton Rouge and all my niggas, they gonna come up putting down and stand silent and put in work in the streets, they say gangster. That's one of the good names they say. And that nigga fucked that up with real niggas in the penitentiary.
he responded. There was a little bit of back and forth, and that was the end of that. But since our last interview, there's a podcast that came out with your man T.I.
Yeah.
And he talked about a somewhat similar situation. He said that him and his cousin ended up catching a gun case. His cousin died, and he cooperated against his dead cousin and made that gun case go away. So all through the comments when that came out was, hey, Boosie said what he said about Terrence. How does he feel about the situation with T.I.?
Well, I feel like the situation with Terrence, I don't even know if that's true. Because I got people won't come into VladTv and talk to you about Terrence.
Okay.
But so I don't know if that's true. With the T.I. situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no motherfucking body.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yo, T.I. wrote a long letter today, and we're gonna get to it. Yo, T.I., I'm gonna be honest. Boosie gonna win in this shit. I'm gonna tell you why. With this whole snitching phenomenon where everybody found a snitch every day and we're witnessing niggas on the stand, it's so rare to find somebody who's actually standing, quote unquote, on business, that when we do find one and he's not compromising, we're going to celebrate him all the way to the moon. I'm sorry. Boosie's standing on business. Boosie had an album with you that could have helped his career, and he said, fuck that. I'm sorry. People gonna rock with Boosie, I'm sorry to tell you. He's picking morals over money.
Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating. That means you're a rat. But I'm gonna tell you like this: when I saw that, I think T.I. fucking lying. I think he went up there and just got the fucking talking. You think something happened at 18 years old, right? You gonna hold how vocal he is. I've been around this. You gonna hold that in all them damn time. All this damn time for.
I'm gonna be honest. This is when I realized that Boosie is a real nigga, man. There's a few niggas when I think about that. When I think about rap, I think about like this. But Boosie a real nigga, man. This nigga look genuinely hurt. Look how hurt this nigga look. He looks so hurt that T.I. said that shit.
You gonna hold how vocal he is. I've been around this. You gonna hold that in all them damn time. All this damn time for 20-something years, you gonna hold that in, and it finally came out?
Why admit to that, though?
Why admit to the after? Like, bruh, this what I'm saying. T.I., he's saying this happened early in his career.
Right.
Like, when all this was going around with the shit, what they said he on the
when he got busted with the guns.
With the the video when he was doing it for the video, man, the Crime Stopper shit.
Oh, yeah. No, well, yeah. Well, like I said, he got busted with a bunch of guns.
Yo, Boosie can't even pronounce criminal shit. Look, he's like, yo, like, you don't even want to talk about. Nah, Boosie real, bro.
And he ended up getting a deal which involved him doing Crime Stopper commercials. Right?
Right.
And he got very little prison time. For a bunch of military ammunitions, basically. And he did that. Right?
Yeah, but all this stuff, bro, I just feel like, for me, talking and vibing with this man, I don't feel like he could have held that in for fucking all these years. You just basically just come out and say some shit like that, like
I don't
that
know,
shit
man. Look, like,
and then like I'm like, what?
Yo, my man Boosie is so hurt. He's hurt.
Why the fuck he say that when we got I haven't seen paperwork. How do you know? T.I., he's saying this happened in the early
military ammunitions, basically.
Like that, like
I don't
that
know,
shit
man.
was.
Look, like,
and then like I'm like, why the fuck he say that when we got a fucking album finna come out?
okay.
Like it was like, bro.
Okay, so is that album coming out?
No.
Oh. So you have a finished album with T.I. that's not coming out.
No, because it ruined everything.
Because of that.
It ruined everything. I woke up with my motherfucking phone, everything full. Like Boosie, you cannot do an album. Boosie, my real fans like Boosie, you the last one left. They like, you cannot put this album out. Like, you know, my uncle OG nigga called me. Like, Boosie, Like, nigga, hey, nigga, what you gonna, hey, look, nigga, that album ain't, my uncle called me, nigga, that album ain't coming out.
He told you that.
That was my uncle's OG, nigga, 61.
Uh.
Nigga, that album ain't coming out, nigga. You stand on business, nigga. And
So interestingly enough, T.I., and we're gonna judge his response. He posted the clip on his Instagram, but he had a whole caption to go with it. So let's read this. He says, "Yo, yeah. So I don't know if it's you or your OG uncle that needs to see it, but I got my paperwork ready to show you, nigga. Pull up, pussy. My number's still the same and my address still the same, my nigga. To get on the net and speak on some shit you never spoke to me about is leaving me to believe that you've been hiding your heart the whole time, nigga. I'd never speak certain disrespect on your name, reputation about if, homie. The convict code say, when in doubt, pull the paperwork out. If you ain't did it, shut up." Now, I don't know what type of time you want, but I'm going to say again, if it was a question or a confusion about anything I said, you could have called and asked. So you could report back and tell your OG. Or you could have pulled up and checked the black and white like I'm offering now. Either way, though, my nigga, I am bound to know niggas' opinions of me. Because what they think will never overrule what I know. So don't wonder no more, homie. Answer the if. Pull up and report back to the rest of these niggas whose opinion matters so much to you. Because I could give a fuck about what no nigga think about me. The tail shall never wag the dog. Leadership leads with facts and stats. We don't follow no fantasy land shit. Remember that, and I ain't bending my knees for nothing, nor fearing nothing but God. So come on and see what you speaking about. So next time when you speak, you can speak intelligently. Boosie, I expected more from you. This shit ain't solid. Obviously, I thought we was something. We was not. Let me state for the record, I'm a way bigger T.I. fan than I am a Boosie fan. T.I. is just a fucking legend musically. I never look at Boosie like that ever at all. But I'd be damn lying if I didn't say Boosie ain't right in this situation. T.I., this ain't about music and ain't about friends. You basically got on some shit and you said you did some shit and people in the streets are saying that they don't fuck with it. It ain't me saying it. It's Boosie and other people like that saying it. You got to respond to it. You got to answer to it. Sorry. I can't blame Boosie for that. Sorry. All right. We'll see. Tip said this. We'll see what Boosie responds later. I feel like there was some other shit. This liquor is kicking my ass. We're gonna get done though. There's some new